I'm going to ask Rick once again because it interests me, and I know it does Vinny. Why music, Rick? Why the bass? When does it start?
Interesting question. And you know, when I was really little, I used to get the night terrors.
Yep.
And like when I was like 4.
As we all do.
Yeah, and my parents loved music, and they always had music on in the house, but they had musicals and classical music.
Yep.
And they bought me a radio. It was one of the big Bakelite radios.
Yeah.
It didn't work very well, and it used to fade out. So I'd be in my room at night, the light off, and the radio would start to fade out. The terrors would start to come.
Yeah.
Then I'd have to hit the radio, and the radio would come back to life. But maybe subconsciously in those years, there's some songs that I hear now that remind me of being in pajamas at night.
Yeah.
So I can remember lots of old Stones, Rolling Stones songs and Beatles songs, early Beatles songs, Roy Orbison,
Yeah.
all sorts of Chuck Berry, all sorts
You
of
just said your parents played a lot of classical music. So before the bass came into your life, was there another instrument?
There
Maybe
was. So they forced me to learn violin.
Wow.
And I hated it. I absolutely hated it. And I used to get my mother back. I'd set my violin up in the kitchen, and she's making dinner, and practice right next to her, because the violin played badly is the worst sounding instrument
it's
of
tough,
the lot.
yeah.
And so she sort of gave up on that, and then I tried to play cello.
Yes.
And I didn't really like the structure. I didn't really like being told what I had to do, what to do.
Yeah.
You know? And that lasted a few years, and then they finally gave up on me.
Is the cello an instrument that you can improv on, or
You
it's
can,
structure?
I suppose. Oh no, but it's a classical structure.
Yeah.
You know, I was learning in a classical structure, and I didn't really like it. You know, I liked the Beatles were starting off, and the Stones and the Who and the Kinks, and all this music was coming out, and I much preferred that. And when they finally gave up, this guitar appeared in our house. And to this day, I don't really know where it came from. Someone had left it there, or a friend of my dad's maybe. And so I just started messing around with that, and I found that I improved really quickly.
And this was an acoustic guitar?
Yeah, an acoustic guitar. And then the bass thing, you know, everyone was, about 1970, everyone was picking up guitars at school. And I changed schools. I went from Scots College to Sydney Boys High. And Sydney Boys High back then was very different to what it's like now. I was out of the area, so I had to go test. But I'd come from a private school, and I went to Sydney High, and everyone's got hair down to here, and it's all on, you know, and it was great. It was just so great.
Yeah.
And this kid sat next to this kid. He had blonde hair down here, and he was a guitarist. And he said, you know, we should form a band and meet a lot of girls in a band. I reckon that's 95% of people who play music. That's probably their primary thing, but motivation, you know. But I did that with him, and for a while, and then it became an obsession.
Yeah.
Just became an obsession.
Yep.
And then I saw Led Zeppelin play, and all my grades at school went like that, and I just knew that's what I wanted to do.
Wow.
Now, why I play music is an interesting thing, because it's like it's a hard thing to actually talk about. Some people. I work with some people who are like technicians. You know, they're like a draftsman.
Yep.
And you have an architect who has to come up with ideas. A draftsman can make a great living being a draftsman. I know a lot of musicians like that who play from here, and they just, they're very good at what they do. I'm a different type of musician to that, and the reason I do it is because there are moments when you're playing music that you get free of yourself.
Well, can I say, Rick, I want to congratulate you on your taste in shirts. It's a really nice looking shirt.
Beautiful. Thank you.
I want to get to the nitty gritty because you touched on something that most men would love to know.
Right.
And we'll talk about that in the next segment.